Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe.
Welcome back, darlings. I'm TV host, entertainment journalist Cognac Wellerlane, and in just a moment you are going to see a fabulous interview with ultimate screen queen actress Debbie D. She's going to talk about her show business career and about her recent project in Titus, the highly anticipated animated series. Without further ado, darlings, let's get into the interview. Welcome back, darlings. I'm TV host, entertainment journalist Cognac Wellerlane, and I have a fabulous, fabulous guest today. She's one of the most highest paid horror actresses there is. She is the ultimate scream queen, Debbie D. And I'm very excited to interview her today. And we're going to talk about a whole bunch of things. Welcome, Debbie. Welcome to my pink kitchen behind me.
I love it. And I wish I was there in person, but I won't be able to make it till next week. So we're doing it now.
We're going to do it now. We're going to get it out of the way so we have plenty of time to promote all the things that we need to promote. But before I get into the questions, I want to tell my audience a little bit about you. Debbie D started her career as a singer-songwriter, but always dabbled in acting and modeling. While in her school years, she was the lead singer for many bands. She sang with several bands that toured up and down the East Coast. Debbie D made her first record called I Want You in My Life, which has sold in many countries all around the world. She has been written up in Billboard magazine as having a sweet voice. Debbie worked for the Disney Cruise Line as a singer, and she continues to write songs. Now we're going to talk about you as an actress. While having her pictures taken for her record cover, photographer Bill Arthur liked her look and put her photo in a trade model magazine. Falcon Video Limited of New York responded to her photo and asked her to appear in their horror film, which turned into 3 more films. And then what happened is, since then, she has made literally hundreds of films and videos with numerous production film companies all over the world. And she has, her willingness has been attempted and almost as part of a great tribute to her talents. Debbie has also made a few of her own directed and produced videos and offers custom video work as well. She also is a model. Many photographers have photographed Debbie D for various products, which include her hair, her hands, her face, and her sexy bikini body. Debbie D loves to keep in physical shape, and she does so by attending aerobic and power step classes at least twice a week. Debbie D maintains her petite yet very athletic body underwater modeling, which is her favorite form of modeling. Making good images in all areas of modeling is most important to her. Creativity is the key. Designing clothing and modeling go hand in hand for Debbie. So, Debbie, you have done so much in your life, and you're so young. But tell my audience what inspired you to embark in a career in show business.
You know, I've been asked that question before, but now that I'm getting older, I'm starting to think that all kids like to be the center of attention and get attention. And I think that's just how it started. And being on my street and getting all kids rallied up and doing all kinds of fun things on the street and just becoming the leader.
Did you do like shows in your backyard or
all that?
Yeah, I used to do that too. I used to sing and do shows in my backyard and that kind of thing. Because, you know, I'm an actress too.
Right.
But my whole career really has more of the talk show host, and of course I've interviewed hundreds of movie stars and celebrities and all kinds of famous people. But I really wanted to be a movie star, but I think I'm better at doing what I'm doing now as the communicator, as interviewing famous people. And you, of course, you're extremely famous. You're like the biggest scream queen there is. I mean, I don't think there's anybody bigger than you except maybe Jamie Lee Curtis, right?
Well, there's a bunch of us. I think there's a bunch of girls that came out at the same time. I hit it right at the time when magazines were big. So I was in over 200, 300, whatever it was, magazines all over the world. And even though my movies at the time were low budget, the magazines were big budget. And it would advertise me in the magazines. And I just think that's really what did it for me. Because there were scream queens that came after that didn't get as much popularity. And I just wondered why. I said it had to be the publicity around the world. And I still today have fans around the world that write me every week. So
now, as a model, this is interesting. When I was reading about you as a model, you said that your favorite form of modeling is under the water. Tell my audience why underwater modeling is your favorite modeling. What is so special about that kind of modeling?
I just like the way their hair moves, and I have a long breath hold, so it doesn't matter to me. I don't have to keep running up to get the air. So I can just stay there and do things. And I like the way things float, certain things float. And
I know, it is pretty cool.
And the way it shines when the sun comes through. And it's just really nice. I've done it in a bathtub too.
So, but when you do the underwater modeling, what is it like? Are you like a mermaid, or do they have different types of bikinis on you and stuff like that? Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, it started with the mermaid doing the underwater scenes because we had to have the scenes for the movie, and made a whole lot of different mistakes, along the way. But it was always fun to be in the water. I got thrown out of a lot of places, trying to film. What are you doing? You don't have a permit, which everybody talks about, and that's so true. But I've done things where people wanted, because of the breath hold, they want custom work. So I'll take custom work underwater where I'm just either dead underwater pose with eyes open, or underwater where I'm just drinking something. People that like underwater work will pay just to see you doing what they like to see.
Fascinating. So, fascinating.
It is.
It is. It certainly is. I think it's beautiful. I know I love underwater stuff myself. I mean, I think it's beautiful. But now tell my audience, what do you love more, singing or acting?
Acting.
Why is that?
Because it's just you can become anything that you want, and I truly become. So when I'm with someone and I meet them and we're going on set and we haven't practiced and I haven't delivered my first line, they're not expecting what I deliver, and when I do, I immediately get respect and attention, and then I hear, oh my gosh, I really thought that I was whoever I'm portraying. So I'm available to do bigger projects, and the whole thing about that is they won't even see you until you have a major agency behind you. So that's
true. That's true.
Otherwise, I just keep plugging on doing what I'm doing now with.
But the acting came as a result of the singing, because probably when you first started in the show business arena, the first thing you started was the singing. Am I right about that? Or was it the singing or the modeling?
The singing. As a baby, my mom would put me in front of the stereo, and I wouldn't move. You always find something for the kids to do so that you can get your work done. Well, when she put me in front of there, I guess I was mesmerized, and I just learned to sing that way. So because I had the voice, everybody thought, oh, she's a singer. I'm like, yeah, and I enjoyed it because everybody said, oh, how good I was, and it came so easy, and I would join bands, but something was missing. And even though I did the plays and all, I didn't think that I was an actress. Everybody always said, you're a singer, you got to be a voice, you're a singer. but it wasn't until I
until the record cover. Tell us that story about the record cover. Here you are, the photographer is taking your picture, and he said, "This is fabulous. We need to get we have you from that photograph. You got your first horror film. Tell us the story. Tell us the story."
That was Phil Herman of Falcon Video, who I am still working with today. I just wrote a piece for the next movie. We have been in contact ever since. Well, he happened to see me in a photography magazine, and I don't know why he thought I was an actress, but he contacted me, and I said, "Oh, I'm a singer, but okay, I'll do it." But then he wanted me to appear topless. I said, "I can't do that. I'm a singer. I don't mind, but people are going to judge me for this." So.
Right.
My girlfriend at the time, Ezra Mohawk, who is wrote for Cyndi Lauper, wrote for so many people. She also goes on tour and does all the things and covers all the music she writes. And she said, "You better do that, because I'll do it with you, but you better do that." And I really was not going to do it, because I said, "Oh, I don't want to be judged for that," So if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have took the first movie and worked with Phil Herman, who I'm still working with.
Tell us again, what was that movie that your first horror film?
It was Burglar from Hell.
Burglar from Hell. I love it. Was it more of a thriller than a horror?
It was supposed to be straight horror, but it has some comedy to it. I think that happens.
Well, a lot of your movies, I noticed a lot of your films are horror, but they are funny. They're funny movies. Some of them are very funny. Like the last one you did with Debbie Dutch. Was a whole bunch of girls, and it was like a Bigfoot type of movie.
Oh, I wasn't in that one.
Oh, you weren't in that one? I thought you were in that one.
No, I didn't do that.
Oh, I sometimes get confused between you and Debbie Dutch, but anyway.
We've been doing it for years, but we're used to it.
Yeah, because of the name, it's similar.
Yeah.
So now you have appeared in hundreds of films, and of course you've been branded as the ultimate scream queen. Many actors hate being typecast, just doing, certain roles. Do you embrace that title? Do you like being known as a scream queen?
There's nothing I can do that, and that's fine. I guess I could say I do embrace it, but Scream Queens originally started where you run through woods or somewhere screaming, topless. But it has evolved where the Scream Queen can play any part, and you are respected as an actress. Oh, we'll get her to play this part. Oh, I've seen her do this. I've played so many parts now, so it's just the title. So
it's just the title. You're absolutely right. I interviewed many years ago. I can't really recall how many years ago it was, but I was at New York Fashion Week, and we were going to go to a show in a hotel in the Hilton. Was it the Hilton? I can't remember. Oh, it was the Carlisle. That's what it was. It was the Carlisle Hotel, and we were going into the hotel, and it was the turnstile, and Jamie Lee Curtis was coming out of the hotel. Oh my God, I got to interview her. I have to interview her. So we stopped everything. We took the cameras out, and she did the interview. And I said to her, I loved your parents. I loved your mother. I loved your father. As a matter of fact, your father was in a movie called Something Wild and Wonderful. And it was about, he fell in love with the girl that was in the show of the circus. They had poodles, because poodles are very easily, you could tell a poodle what to do. They're very smart animals, and you can easily train the poodle. That's why you always see poodles in these circus acts. So both her and her father, her character, they were training the poodles, and the poodle's name was Cognac. And I was a little kid when I saw this movie, and that's how I got my name, Cognac. That's how I got my stage name, Cognac, from her father's being in this movie. And I said that to her, and I said, "Do you remember the movie? Christine Kaufman was his love interest, the actress that played his love interest." She says, "No, I don't remember the movie." She goes, but I asked her at that time, are you going to make any more movies? And she says to me, no, I've had it with Hollywood. But she just made her last movie with Mike Myers,
Right.
Halloween Ends or something like that. So, and here she is, she's the same age as me, and she's still making horror movies.
That's not going to be her last movie.
Exactly. So now, out of all the films that you have done, what do you think was the most challenging for yourself?
I haven't found any of them most challenging now. That's a good question.
You love it all. You love it.
Right.
Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite role or character in a film that you love doing the most?
I'm going to say the one I just wrote, and that'll be out early next year, Doomsday Stories.
Tell us the synopsis.
I can't say too much. It's going to give it away.
That's
but
okay.
The title.
You don't have to just tell us, the plot, but don't tell us the ending. Everybody wants to know a little bit about something, about the synopsis.
It's the end of the world, and it's called Bomb Threats, and what I go through as an actress.
Wow. Oh, so you play an actress.
Yeah, I wrote it and I starred in it.
Okay, but your character is also an actress in the movie.
Yes.
Okay. Are you a horror actress?
In this one, suspense.
Oh, suspense. Okay. Do you like making suspense? What do you like better? What do you like better? Real horror, or do you like a little bit more like a thriller?
I like a thriller.
Yeah, I would think so. I have to see some more of your films. Anyway, now you will be attending the Chiller Convention. Tell my audience about that.
Well, a few years back, I wanted to get a whole bunch of Scream Queens together because we talked about the Scream Queens, and there's a bunch of us, and then there's a small amount that are well known, and then there was the ones that came after that didn't get as well known, but they still did a lot of movies. But it wasn't really working out. And then I saw the host, I guess you call the show, Kevin Clement, and he said, the last time I saw you, we were talking about putting together Scream Queens show. And I said, would you still want me to do that? And we shook hands, and it's coming next week. And at the next show. So finally got together, and you can go on the website. You'll see 9 girls. I had to stop. He told me to stop. He said, too many. So I had to cap it at 9, which was supposed to be 6. So not every woman's going to be there every day of the 3 days. So
I understand at this convention, they really are going to bring out the red carpet for you guys. You even have your own special room of Scream Queens.
Yeah.
How exciting!
It was worth the wait. Doing it when it wasn't really timing. It's all about timing. So now we have it together, and it's happening. And I can't wait to see everyone and see how the first one goes, to see if there'll be a second.
Is this the first time you were able to get 9 Scream Queens together?
Yes.
Who are these girls? Tell us.
Oh, I don't have the paper in front of me. It's on the site, but if offhand, it's me, Debbie D, Debbie Dutch, Debbie Rashawn, Laura Giglio, Tina Kraus, Pamela Such, Amy Lynn Grant, Sasha Grant, Amy Lynn Best, Sasha Graham, and Genevieve Rossi. I think I got that right.
So you have amazing entourage of Scream Queens and horror movie stars. It sounds like you're going to have a lot of fun.
And I was supposed to get, 3 other girls were supposed to be on board. But they're coming to the spring show instead and promoting a movie. So we'll save that we might be back in the spring. Who knows? Then I'll get more girls together. Linnea Quigley, Michelle Bauer.
Do you know What was her name? Do you know a Michelle Romano?
I heard that name.
Yeah, I think she's a scream queen too. She's a horror actress also. So, okay, so now we're going to talk about the latest thing that you're working on, and that is Titus,
Yes.
the animated series. Tell the story of how you were cast in this series.
Well, Solomon Chertok said,
Our very good friend, Solomon Chertok.
yes.
So, and he's been your friend for how many years?
Oh, he told me the other week. We've known each other quite a long time. It's been quite a good amount of years, and instant friends from the beginning. Just a great guy, good actor, and he just talked about doing this, and then finally there was a character that I fit into, and I love my animated character. Cherry.
Tell us about your character. What is she like?
She is troublemaker. I think she's a troublemaker, a punker, and she, hopefully she'll be back in the next one.
This animated series, from what I've been seeing, because I follow it, I've watched not all the episodes, but I have watched a lot of it. It's very much like a soap opera.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's like a child soap opera.
Yes. Well, I don't know about child because, the teenagers probably love this. They like the animated series, but it's very much like a soap opera. So soap operas, your character could die, but then you could come back again. And this is in an animated series, it's great because you could die off and Delmar could create a whole other character for you because, because it's animated. People don't, they don't necessarily associate the face with the character. So you could play multiple characters on an animated series, which is great. Have you ever done an animated series before?
I think this is my first.
This is your first. Have you ever done a voiceover?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Voiceovers to commercials, different commercials I've done, and also the underwater. They hired me to do a drink, a cold coffee drink, as a mermaid holding it underwater, because I can smile and you wouldn't even know I was underwater, and I stand a while. So it's the same. Voiceovers is the same. You just do commercials.
Now you've traveled all over the world for your movies, haven't you? Haven't you done?
Not all over. I was asked to go a lot of places that I did not go for one reason or the other, but I'm up for doing it now. Why
not? Right? Why not? Do you have a passport?
Sure, I've had a passport.
Then that's all you need.
I've recorded in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I've recorded music in Canada, but
have you gone to Europe at all?
Not yet.
You need to go to Transylvania and make a movie there, right? Transylvania.
They'll be calling again.
Yeah. So now that we've talked about Titus, when we will see your character in Titus, when that's going to happen?
Well, it's a surprise. They're not telling us to the last minute, so we're all getting,
but it should be coming up soon. It might even come up for Halloween.
That's the rumor.
That's the rumor, that we might see it on Halloween, which is very, very exciting. So now, we're coming to a close, and I want you to tell my audience where we can go to find out more about you as the ultimate sexy scream queen. What is your website?
It's DebbieD.com.
DebbieD.com. Real easy, real simple. Tell us your Facebook. Do you have a Facebook account?
I have a Facebook, but I'm not handling it. There was a little thing where they were taking my full name, putting it over my Debbie D pictures, and I told them to correct it. So I just took everything down for now because it's misleading. But I am under.
It sounds like they hacked it. Did they hack it? That's what that sounds like.
I did report it. So
yeah.
Who knows? But I'm down now till it gets straightened out. You know, a full year I'm going to give it. But
and
I'm under.
And what about
Instagram?
Instagram.
But on Facebook, I'm under public figures. Screen Queen Debbie D, public figure. You just can't friend me, but you can go and see everything I'm doing on there. So Instagram is Debbie D/46.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. But Debbie D, is that your stage name or is that part of it your real name?
Part of my real name. I was in an apartment in Manhattan on Restaurant Row, and I had submitted a demo tape, 6-song demo tape into Atlantic Records, and I had a meeting that day. They wanted me to come in, so of course I'm going to wear something I designed. So I still design clothes, and I decided this time, if the world's going to copy, which they've been copying from me for so many years, I'm going to wear this in there. And I called my music manager, who would work with me putting many demos out, and he just believed in my talent. I said, you know what, I'm going in with my real name, but I would like to offer a name, so you know what I'm getting at. I said, how do you see me? And he said, Debbie D, just a D, just a big D, no E's, no period, just a D. And I said, oh, I like that. That's what I'll do. And I went in, and they said, we're not signing right now, but we want you to keep on writing, keep on doing the demos.
Fabulous. Tell us one more time before we shut down, before we close this interview. Tell my audience one more time what the website is.
It's DebbieD.com.
Debbie, darling, I had so much fun interviewing you. You're beautiful, you're gorgeous, you're sexy, and your films are fabulous. I wish I could give you a big pink champagne kiss, but I'm gonna blow it to you.
I'll save it till when I see you.
And don't go away yet. Don't go away yet. We're gonna end this. But before we end it, I want to wish you much success with Chiller, and keep watching, darlings. More interviews, more celebrities coming up. Pink champagne kisses.
I am Titus, and right now I am dead. But when my soldiers finally awaken me, I will gain all power and become the ruler of this world.
Well, not if we have anything to say about it. You guys ready to get this show on the road?
I don't know. I mean, are we really ready for this fight?
We have to be ready. The fate of the world may very well rest in our hands.
Well, if you put it that way, then let's get to it.
I will win this battle, Karlavon.
You may win a battle, Titus, but you will definitely lose the war.
Well, I hope you enjoyed my interview with sexy siren actress, the ultimate scream queen, Debbie D. I certainly did. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and always press the bell to let you know, or the button to let you know when I am publishing a new sexy video. And my channel is all about fabulous red carpet interviews with celebrities, Zoom interviews with movie stars and TV stars. I also do fashion hauls. I also do charity events. And again, my fashion hauls are all about Shein and Fashion Nova and my favorite, Amazon. And like I said, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, darlings. Pink champagne kisses.
Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac show. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm a bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress. One of a kind girl. I was brought into this world wrapped up in pearls. I love to mingle, though my husband reminds me I'm not single. I meet and greet both the famous and the elite. I ride in limousines, drinking the finest champagne, wearing furs, dazzling diamond jewelry. A girl can't complain. I live the upscale life, dining in the finest restaurants, eating the best caviar for free. And no matter how much I enjoy cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. This has been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.